The vast ocean holds many secrets. Some are buried deep under the waves, others float silently on the surface. The story of the Mary Celeste is one such secret. It was a brigantine merchant ship. One day she was found sailing aimlessly. There was no one steering her, no captain, no crew, just an empty vessel, a ghost ship on the wide open sea. This discovery puzzled everyone. It was a true maritime mystery. Imagine the scene in early December 1872. The Atlantic Ocean was calm that day. Another ship, the DEI Gratia, was on its voyage. Its crew spotted something strange. A vessel was moving oddly. It seemed to be drifting without direction. As they got closer, a sense of unease grew. The ship was the Mary Celeste. She was known to be a sturdy and reliable ship, but now she sailed alone, a silent enigma. Her sails were partly set, but no hands guided her. The Mary Celeste had left New York weeks before. Her destination was Genoa, Italy. She carried a cargo of denatured alcohol. Captain Benjamin Briggs was in command. He was an experienced and respected sailor. His wife Sarah and their 2-year-old daughter Sophia were also aboard. 7 crewmen completed the ship's company. They were all seasoned mariners. What could have made them all disappear? Why would they leave their ship? These questions hung heavy in the salty air. The ship itself was a mystery. It was sailing, but not quickly. It was not damaged badly. It looked like people had just vanished. Had a sudden storm hit? Did pirates attack? Or was it something even stranger? The empty decks offered no immediate answers. Only silence greeted the sailors from the DEI Gratia. The Mary Celeste floated onward. She carried her secret with her, a secret that would baffle people for many, many years to come. Captain Morehouse of the DI Gratia knew Captain Briggs. He knew the Mary Celeste. He ordered some of his men to board her. They climbed onto the silent deck. Everything was strangely quiet. No voices called out. No footsteps echoed. The ship was eerily deserted. The boarding party moved cautiously. They checked the cabins. They looked in the galley. Everywhere was empty. It was as if the crew had evaporated into thin air. The ship was in surprisingly good condition. Her sails were set, though some were damaged. There was some water in the hold, about 3.5 feet. But this was not unusual for a wooden ship of her time. The pumps could handle it. The ship was definitely still seaworthy. She was not sinking. There was no sign of a fire. There were no obvious reasons for abandonment. This made the situation even more puzzling for the DEI Gratia's crew. The cargo of over 1,700 barrels of alcohol was mostly intact. Only 9 barrels were found empty. The crew's personal belongings were still in their quarters. Their clothes were neatly folded. Their pipes and tobacco were there. Money was found in the captain's cabin. Valuables were untouched. This seemed to rule out piracy. Pirates would have taken everything of value. There were no signs of violence or a struggle anywhere on the ship. The ship's food and water supplies were plentiful, enough for 6 months. One crucial item was missing: the ship's lifeboat. It seemed to have been launched deliberately. The ship's logbook was found in the mate's cabin. The last entry was made on November 25th. It was 10 days before the Mary Celeste was found. The entry noted the ship's position. It was near Santa Maria Island in the Azores. It gave no hint of any trouble, no distress, just a normal day at sea. What happened after that last entry? That was the biggest question. Many people have tried to solve the Mary Celeste mystery. So many theories have been suggested over the years. Some sound believable, others are quite wild. One early idea was a pirate attack. This was a common fear for ships at sea, but as mentioned, nothing valuable was stolen. The cargo was almost entirely there. Pirates would not have left such riches behind, so this theory quickly lost support. It just did not fit the facts found on the ship. Another theory was mutiny. Perhaps the crew had risen up against Captain Briggs. Maybe they killed him and his family. Then they sailed away in the lifeboat, but again there were no signs of a fight, no bloodstains, no weapons left behind. Captain Briggs was known as a fair and good captain. His crew was experienced. A mutiny seemed unlikely. The ship was also left in a sailable condition. Mutineers might have damaged it or taken it over completely. What about a sudden terrifying storm? A huge rogue wave could have frightened everyone. They might have thought the ship was sinking. They might have launched the lifeboat in panic. Perhaps they intended to return to the ship, but the line connecting the lifeboat to the Mary Celeste could have snapped. They would be left adrift in a small boat. This is a strong possibility. The damaged sails and water in the hold could support this, but the last log entry mentioned fair weather. A very popular theory involves the cargo itself. The ship carried industrial alcohol. Some barrels were made of red oak. Red oak is more porous than white oak. Alcohol fumes could have escaped from these barrels. The crew might have feared an explosion. Captain Briggs might have ordered everyone into the lifeboat temporarily. They might have tied a line to the Mary Celeste. They planned to wait for the fumes to clear, but the line broke. The ship sailed away from them. This theory explains the missing lifeboat and the intact ship. After the DI Gratia brought the Mary Celeste to Gibraltar, investigations began. Official inquiries were held. Courts tried to understand what happened. They examined all the evidence. They listened to testimonies, but they could not find a definite answer. No single theory could explain everything perfectly. The court in Gibraltar suspected foul play at first. They thought the DI Gratia crew might be hiding something, but no evidence supported this. The mystery simply deepened. The human element makes the story even more haunting. Captain Benjamin Briggs was a good man. He was with his wife, Sarah, and their young daughter, Sophia. Imagine their fear. Imagine their last moments. What did they experience? The crewmen also had families. They had lives they left behind. Their disappearance was a tragedy for many people. Their story became a legend of the sea, a tale told by sailors and landlubbers alike. It reminds us of the ocean's power and its mysteries. The lack of solid clues is what keeps the mystery alive. There were no final messages. No survivors ever appeared. The lifeboat was never found. The ocean is vast. It can swallow secrets whole. Over the decades, writers and investigators have revisited the case. They have proposed new ideas. Some have even claimed to have solved it, but none have provided proof that satisfies everyone. The Mary Celeste remains a puzzle with missing pieces. We can guess, but we cannot know for sure. The Mary Celeste story continues to fascinate us. It is more than just a tale of an abandoned ship. It speaks to our fear of the unknown. It highlights the perils of the sea. It is a perfect mystery because it is unsolved. People love a good puzzle, and the Mary Celeste is one of the greatest maritime puzzles of all time. Her silent, empty decks still whisper of an untold story, a story lost to the waves, forever captivating our imagination.